Hello, I'll be playing the new map which we are releasing now. It's called Alluvial Plain. It's as you can see, it's a variation of the existing Fields of Tau Ceti sandbox scenario, but the hunting expedition is pretty different, so I'm gonna go with that one. Yeah, and of course all the geography is changed and shuffled around, so let's have a look at that. You can see they came up here, somewhere down here, and then they landed here. And what they want to do is they want to hunt thunder chickens. So they got some weapons which are suited for that, musketoons, which show they're kind of like black powder shotguns. And you will have a look on this one. You can see they settle on the left side of the river this time. And if you haven't followed along, you can see that there's also a new settlement which appears here. At the moment we're not in radio contact, so we cannot see what they have on offer, but we're gonna get the radio hut up soon. First of all, let's have a look at some of the many new game mechanics which we've added. The biggest difference is that now you can automate a lot of the stuff which earlier was a bit more involved and had micromanagement in it. Now I'm able to, for example, I want them always to gather firewood whenever the inventory is below 8. So we switch on the padlock icon, and then we get which is called a standing order. And I'm going to do the same with sticks, because you always need a few sticks, and they will just top up every time they go below that. So let's take some of the basic resources, and then we don't really need to worry that much more about that, because they will top it up. So this is gonna be, you can switch back. This is important to remember. If you want, you can go back and do the regular way, where you just have a single order. This is how the game used to be, and you can play that way if you want, but now I'm just gonna play in this more automated way. So let's get them started, and then you'll just notice that of course and another thing, I think I want the gather fuel to have pretty high importance. Whoops, these are tools owned but currently in use. Yeah, someone asked how can I see what tools they're talking about? Well, you just go in here and then have a look here, and you can see primary tool options, machete and knife. That's what they need. So of course, I mean, if you only have a limited amount of tools, then they're going to be sharing that. We got a few knives and machetes. So these guys, the white thunder chickens, we're after them. So let's do the same thing with the hunting order. Go here, find the animal that we've spotted, the white thunder chicken, and just place a oops, yeah, they are having a meeting where they're complaining. Yeah, it looks like our big complainer is Sabella Hughes. So let's see if she sticks around. White thunder chicken, I'm gonna make sure we have 6 in stock all the time, and this will just generate hunting jobs. What else? As usual, I think it would be a good idea to get the campfire up. We're just gonna need a few stones here. That needs a little bit more scouting. Scout like that. This is some of the new stuff that we got. You are now able to make a kind of a farm around this weird organism. You'll see there's a new kind of food called favor bread, which is immediately eatable and it grows in these forested woodland areas. So I think I'm gonna put our standing order on that. Standing orders are now also very useful because a lot of these resources, all of the resources, will regrow. But of course it can take a while. Some of them only regrow like one or two times a year. That means like every 6 months. A month is also a day in our game, as you probably know. But other resources will regrow a lot more often. Let's just get some stones, and then we can... The other thing that we want is starting to do these standing orders here. Ingredients. We haven't bagged Thunder Chicken yet, but we probably will pretty soon. Materials, components. We are after the radio HUD, so I'm gonna have a look here, see what it requires. Radio HUD improvised, shade leaf canes and spoke leaves. We're already gathering spoke branches. We got one on the way, so spoke leaves will also show up here. I can already place a standing order on that. Let's have 2 of those, like that. And he's getting the canes. Yeah, that's for the radio HUD. Campfire is ready to put up. I'm just gonna go save. Now, I talked about resources that regrow or are renewable, and I said that all of them will actually regrow, but that's not really true, of course. Stuff like stones and clay will not regrow on its own. So, but that's unless you can find a special resource deposit. For example, you will see here that clay can be made in a different way as well. If you can find one of these pits, then you will be actually have a very long-lasting output of clay coming from that place. And how do you find these? Well, they are places of interest. So let's just see. We haven't used examine once, big mistake, so I'm gonna do that now, because that will reveal a lot of these special interest places. Now, another thing I want to have a look at now is the favor bread that I was talking about. You can see that do we have any more here? Yeah, you can gather them in they grow in the wild, but there's a second way that you can do it. You can also grow them. So this is a form of agriculture which is possible in these woodland areas where you don't have a lot of farm plots. You can now make this, which is called a favor bread farm, and special location, a dead sanctuary tree, and you just we build it with some sticks, and we just need a spade. So let's do that, and once we have that, we can he got a thunder chicken. Great job. So if we have a look here, build favor bread farm, we have everything apart from the policy. We need a basic food policy, so let's go and see if we can adopt that right now. We can. Everyone is in favor, so we are not gonna get any happiness penalty, which sometimes happens, but in this case they're all aboard with this decision. So now we can go and establish the favor bread farm, and we got the campfire up in the meanwhile, so that leads me to the next thing. It's important to get these thunder chickens butchered so they don't rot. So we do that here. Then we go to prepared food, and similarly we also place a standing order on chicken skewers like that, so that they always make sure to cook them, so because raw meat will rot pretty quickly. So actually I'm gonna put this up just so I'm absolutely sure that they won't leave it to rot. And another thing I want to is put it on high importance, a high priority like that. And the cooking of these skewers should also be high, and I click here. This means that all the cooking jobs will get high priority. I think that's pretty important because I hate to see food rot in the sun. And he's already done with this now. Now we got the favor bread farm up. So what we do then is we go and see what can it be used for. Well, okay, I'm gonna show you now how you could, if you were not sure how it works, you can just go here and say you can read about it, of course. And then yeah, we need a little bit of UI information about what can a tool be used for, but I'm gonna show you now. These are the UI things are pretty important for us, so we're gonna give it another look and see if we can improve it. Favor bread, primary tool, favor bread farm, we got that, and we got a knife. So what we need is black pulp. This is used as a substrate for producing favor bread. So let's go and have a look and see if we found any. I'm gonna reuse this zone, gather black pulp. I'm gonna put a standing order of that because I want not too much, just a little bit like that. And then once they have that, we can go in and place a standing order on this. I guess we should be. And what else? We were looking at the radio hut. Improvised. How far are we? Still need a few spoke leaves. Okay. Speed it up a little bit. Now it's nighttime, so things slow down a little bit as they take as they rest. I'm just gonna go and save in the meantime. Now we can see that our examine action has revealed some special interest locations, such as this clay deposit here, where you can build a clay pit. I'm not gonna do it now because we don't really need that much clay, but yeah, it's one of these things that you find by using the examine action, and then it will show up here if you got this switched on. Clay deposit. Why don't we show everything? Small arable plot. There's also a little farm plot here, but we'll wait with that. I think for now this favor bread farm should be enough. So the only thing we need is actually this special ingredients which is used, black pulp. So let's go and see if we can increase this priority so they get that, and we can get it started. Everyone is sleeping, so time to speed it up a bit. This guy is up cooking. Yeah, during the night roughly 1/3 of them will stay awake, so it's a good time to lay some plans, or you can also just speed it up to 4 times time. Yeah, speed it up 4 times. This will make them run a little bit faster. and they got some tasks here and there that they've abandoned while they're sleeping, and then they will resume them once they get up in the morning. But overall, I think our food conditions are pretty good. We still need some shelters, of course, so because we haven't spent any time at all on that. So well, let's see. And I think he's done with he gathered the black pulp, so we can go in here now, and now we can order this favor bread. This slider is generated from the gather zone, but I'm gonna put it up a bit, and then that should activate the farming action. So let's go and have a look. Cultivating favor bread. Here it shows up, and this task has been generated now. So let's just see who takes it. I'm gonna put that on high as well. Oh, sorry, like that. Yeah, just need everyone to get up. Yeah, now he started. It needs this black pulp substrate, and you'll now see there's a progress bar here. It takes a little while to grow, but it's pretty quick. It's quicker than normal farming, so it's a good source of vegetables if you find yourself in a woodland area like this. Then yeah. Okay, she's fed up with the comfort, which is at a 0%. So yeah, she's going to the valley. Well, that's too bad. I think yeah, she's just one of these people. If you ever wonder why people leave, you make sure you open this opinion tab, and then you can see what they're really concerned about. She has a principles of 36 on comfort, and since we're only on 0%, she's very unhappy with that. Yeah, she's basically unhappy with everything. So, and that amounts to a risk of emigrating of 10%. So now she's gone. And where did she go? You can follow her track here. She's leaving for this place, the valley, which is basically a place in the wilderness, and she's gonna walk there and just do her own thing there. That's where people are gonna go if they are unhappy. But I think the people who are left, oh, she's still shown here, but you can see with an icon that she's leaving. Once she reaches her destination, she'll disappear from this roster. But the rest, they should hang around a little bit more. I think they're a bit more survival minded with their personalities. So alright, it's time to get this radio hut up. So let's make sure that they got the right priorities. It's on normal. I'm going to put that on high so that we can get that gathered, and also this one, and that should speed it up a bit. When you have this few people in your camp, it's important that you really prioritize so that you don't waste time on stuff that you don't really need. So you need to keep an eye on your standing orders. For example, I placed a standing order on gather here, favor bread. Okay, that's fine. The other one had gather. I don't want any more standing orders on these because I'm not sure I'm gonna need it, so I'm gonna take that off. This I'm just gonna switch to one time, like that. So just make sure you don't have too much redundant stuff being done, else you're not gonna get the stuff done in the right order. So let me see. The radio hut should now be appearing, I hope. Yeah, we already got everything we need. Also notice that we've improved the feedback here, so you can at a glance see how much you actually have. Let's place it there. How's we could put that on. I think I'm gonna put that on high, like that. Of course, if you put everything on high, then nothing will be on high. So, yeah, make some prioritize a bit. I think one of the mistakes I've done is I've put the firewood on high. I'm going to... No, I didn't even show up here. Gather fuel. Also make sure that you use this menu. It has a lot of hidden tasks. These are the all of the tasks. The tasks that you're not even active at the moment. Gather fuel, I set that to high, but I'm going to put it on normal because that should be enough. So, like that. Also hauling. Make sure if you, at one point when you want to place stuff in a certain stockpile or trade structure, then you go in here and then you can set a priority on their hauling tasks. And this means that if you need a lot of stuff moved into a place pretty quickly, you can just put that on high. I'm not going to do that now, I just wanted to mention it. So, but maybe we'll show it later, if I remember. The radio hut is taking shape and now it's done. So we can now have contact and we can see what is it they actually have on offer. Here's a new thing. In case you haven't seen it before, now prices are split in two. These are what they are willing to buy from us, and you can see they don't want an infinite amount. These guys only are interested in up to 7 of these, so, and a few tools. So these are the amounts that you are able to actually sell to them, and this here is the price, of course. This is just a small settlement. You can also have a look at what they offer. They don't offer much. It's just a little... Is it a farming? Yeah, it might be a farming settlement because they sell these agricultural produce. A small farming community. This is randomly generated each time you play, so it gives a bit of variation. This is the big trading hub, and they will take almost everything you can think of. So we can make money on anything that we can that we decide. I think that of course what we want to sell is thunder chicken raw hides and tanned hides. They can take 19 raw hides and 18 tanned hides. So that's one thing that we could focus on. Earning money from, but yeah, you can, I don't know, mud bricks, are they even interested in that? That's sold by price, because we got so much clay, so that might be something. Wow, doesn't look like they're interested in mud bricks. I'm gonna sort here. No. We can also go and have a look at what do they offer for sale. This is the things that we can buy, and I think we're going to be buying a lot of tools, and because we want to get the smithy up and start doing some smithing would be a way to go. So for that we need a few new things, and you can see, whoa, there's quite a few people here. Oh my god. Let's get some of these people as soon as possible. They even have a smithy, a blacksmith, I mean. That would be awesome to get an influx of people. So, let's get the landing. That's the only thing we need. Begin. I'm gonna put that on high priority. Where is it here? Like that. Yeah, as soon as we got this landing up, then we can receive goods. And of course we cannot sell goods unless we build one of these other ones, the canopy port or the simple port, but that's gonna be later. We're gonna be doing that because this one is a quick one to set up, so we can get some more people. All right, and that's, oh, he is taking a break. Someone else is taking over. Yeah, that's done. So let's go and get those people now. Gonna say start Destiny River and go to us, select, and then you select the barge. There's only one. Now you can see, this is also a new thing, that you can see how much it costs and why it costs this much. If you go from the other little town, the transport won't cost as much. I'm going to say yes to all of them. We can use them like that. Should we just buy the anvil? And I think I will, because blacksmithing is always a good thing to get going. So if you are not aware, what I'm aiming for is being able to put up a simple smithy, and that's why I need an anvil and bar clamps. Another thing I also want is some tools for the smith to use. So do they have blacksmith? No blacksmith tools. Okay. Do they have a hammer at least? Hammer. Here it is. Yeah, they got one. That's good. So yeah, that's basically what you need to get started. I think once we reach that stage, I'm gonna scour the landscape and just find my own bog orb. Actually, I'm going to get just a little bit more tools. Metal workers tool set. It's so expensive. I'm gonna wait with that. So bog orb. Yeah, we could also get some of this bloom iron just to get started. Yeah, I think this will be fine. Get a bit of that, like that, and then we can start the run. So yeah, it takes a little while for it to arrive, maybe almost we can have a look here. It will arrive on 180.7, so kind of half a day or something. And meanwhile, I'm just gonna go and save. Now, in preparation of them coming, I think it's time to nurse our food production a little bit. I can see here that I forgot to put on a standing order on stew, that's a bit bad, because that means that they will leave the guts out in the open just to rot. So let's make sure we have that on high. It's already on high. All the food production is on high. So it might be a good idea also to get this favor bread going. We have to make sure that we have enough black pulp. So I'm just gonna I think we found black pulp up here. If I click on and off, there's some out here. So if I make one here, gather, yeah, okay, like that. And then yeah, the favor bread is done. So let's make sure that everything is working as it should. Favor bread has stopped. It's because we don't have black pulp. So I'm gonna put black pulp on high, like that. That's basically gather food. So everything to do with gathering food is going to be put on high, like that. I would like to exploit this one as well, but as long as we don't, she's getting black pulp. Yeah, we just need to make sure we have enough black pulp, and the black pulp will regrow, but it regrows rather slowly. But there should be more out here in the woods. What is this here? Common oil tubers. I think I'm just gonna get a few of those, like that. So someone has found this guy. Yeah, she's already dealing with it. Okay, but that's a good thing that they're pretty well armed. So let's hope that. Yeah, she got it. Good job. It's a he. Sorry, Mister. Yeah, what I wanna make sure is that we have another campfire. I think it's a good idea, because if we're gonna be more people, then one is not enough. So let's speed it up a bit. Actually, this one I'm gonna put that on standing order of 4, like that, and then I'm going to put the it's down here, prepared food, baked, like that, something like that. Yeah, we can already see the food is going up a bit. Then we got the. Let's start this other farm here, just to speed things up. Where's the construction? Favorite farm. I'm gonna put that on high, like that. Another thing that we might want to look at is that we got a lot of hides here which are rotting, which is not a good idea. Days left 0.6. We're probably gonna lose it, but I could make an effort to save it if I make a hide rack. So let's see. Yeah, it's important that everything which is raw meat, we should process it pretty quickly, because else we're gonna lose it. It just rots. So, and with all these chickens coming in, it's a pity to lose these raw hides, because they are worth money. Let's have a look at the boat. Yeah, still takes a while, but that's just great, because then we can get everything ready for them. It's important to get some food up and running. So this one is not started yet. Let me see. Cultivating. Where is it? I want to make sure that we got the favor bread. It's because we got 9, so this is how it works. Then it's I'm gonna pull this up a bit. Now, why don't I just put it all the way up to 99? It's because then this one will get filled with too many tasks. Yeah, that's just how it works, and I don't want that. So you need to do a little bit of nursing here to make sure it works. Here, favor bread showed up now. Let's put that on high, and put that on high too, and then see if they'll get started. Yeah, we got one more campfire, which should speed things up a little bit. I mean, they're far from starving. right now, yeah, next step is to start looking at getting some shelters. Yeah, a few hours have passed now. Time flies when you're having fun. And you can see that I got the shelters up, so we're up at 9%, which is okay for these people because they're more like survival types, the guys who are left now. So we lost a few who were not happy with the way things looked, but this is fine. I mean, another thing you can see is that I got the small plot up now. I was lucky enough to find some glassy creeper pods way down here, and then I brought it back to camp, and now I can have a little farm plot going. Once this yield is harvested, I could my idea is to use it as bait for these traps, because I'm reluctant to use black pulp, since I'm using the black pulp for the favor bread farms. But the glassy creeper pods I could use. Right now these traps that I've set up, they are just not baited, so they sometimes once in a while catch a thunder chicken that walks on top of it. What else? You can see that we got the smithy up, so maybe it's time that I prepared some of that wrought iron. Well, first, wrought iron is down here, and it comes from bloom iron. So the only thing I need now is a blowpipe. Oh, maybe I got a water cane for that. Let me see. Yeah, I can quickly make one of those. I forgot to buy bellows when I was trading, but they'll get by with that blowpipe. And yeah, so now I can just put that on as soon as they got that blowpipe made. Bloom iron, I already have bloom iron, that's what I bought. So I'm just gonna set a standing order, so they should start automatically. What else? Yeah, we got this canopy poured up, which was built from all of these leaves that are here growing in such abundance. So now we're ready to sell trade goods, and I was thinking about what to sell. Of course, we can start filling it up with rawhides. We have a few whipjaw rawhides, I know I have, and also these. So and I'm going to show you a little trick. If you are impatient about them putting this stuff where it should be, you can go here and set this hauling to storage and just set it to high, like that. And that would give it more priority, these hauling tasks. Yeah, and you will notice that I've also I've developed this clay pit and built a clay pit on top of this deposit. My idea is to start trading clay products, since we got so much clay here. And I scoured the map and I found a salt deposit up here, which I've also developed into a salt mine. So now I have salt and clay, and that means that I can make clay jars, sorry. Because I found out that there's actually a pretty big demand for this. If we have a look, clay jar, they actually want up to 50. So once we got that, get that started, it might be a good idea, a good way to earn some money. Yeah, so that's more or less it. Oh yeah, we need to make sure we got charcoal. That's one thing I forgot. We need to put up the kiln. In case you're wondering what I'm talking about now, it says fuel charcoal. You can also go down here and see what kind of fuel it requires. Charcoal. How do we make that? It's from firewood, and we need a kiln. Or a small oven actually can be used. Okay, but I think I'm gonna go for the big kiln because it's more flexible. It can be used for, yeah, it's just more productive. So let's just see how far we are. We can already put that up. I'm gonna set it right next to this so they don't need to haul too far. And I'm gonna put this on high. Yeah, another thing you'll notice is that I started exploiting these fish trap locations, making quite a bit of smoked carbontail, and with this smoke oven. So I got some standing orders running here, and this one, as usual, Faber bread. I'm always looking for black pulp. They got one. And now they're talking about the migration event with the lesser whipjaw. It's a small animal which starts crawling across the map, and yeah, it gives a few hides when I catch some of them. I haven't. I've kind of stopped hunting because I ran out of ammo, as you'll see, for the black powder weapons. So instead I made them a few bows and arrows so they can get by, because yeah, those are just simple projectile weapons. So I got a standing order on that from Shayleaf Canes, and yeah, it's just important to have some because these dendrons, they sometimes show up and are a nuisance. These are Bajingan. They are also, the thing about these animals is that they will eat my food if they get the chance, but it looks like they're just running through. So, and here are the whipjaw coming. I'm not gonna focus too much on that, but if I see one of the dogs has killed one, then I'll just claim the carcass and just skin it. So, because right now I'm going to go for this clay production. And let me see, contains, we got a few of these. Yeah, I'm going to just fill this up with these trade items, and then look for the next trade run that I can do. Now they're complaining about food, but yeah, I mean, they're not thinking about leaving, so it should be fine. You'll notice that these guys are all survival types, so they're not even interested in basic level comfort. You cannot even vote for that because yeah, there's no majority for that. And I could go for this, but I don't really need it now. I could go for it if I wanted to start producing black powder weapons, but that's gonna take a little time because I need to set this up first. So now I talked about this thing where I could vote for increasing the tech tier here, and I said maybe not do it now, but thinking about it again, there's actually no one is against it, so there's no danger in advancing the tech tier now. I'm gonna do it because the only thing that you want to avoid is if someone is against it, then they will have their security principles raised up to this border, 16%. And since everyone is on board with it, you won't see that happen. So it's not going to have any negative influence on anyone's happiness. So I'm safe. I can safely do it now. So I'm just going to do that. And that means now I can start making black powder weapons, of course, musketoons, stuff like that. But it's still quite a while away before I get this capability. But at least, I mean, I can buy more. I can buy more of it. This also influences on trade, so it's not just crafting. It means that now I have access to actually buy this stuff, this Tech 2 stuff. So that's a little explanation about that, and I think I'm going to go here and just nurse these production orders. I can see that I'm producing a lot of smoked carbon-tail, so I need to increase that. And we need black pulp. I'm gonna have a look and see if I found any black pulp. There's something here which is blinking. I think it's not accessible, that's why I cannot gather it, but it still does show up here. So black pulp is becoming harder to come by, so maybe I'll just go and examine a bit up here, see if there's something I've left. I mean, it will regrow at one point, so until then. So the kiln is done, and this means that we can make charcoal. Go here, charcoal here. I'm gonna just set a standing order on 2, and then the other thing that the kiln can be used for, of course, is making my clay jars, which is gonna make me rich. So let's go and start making some unfired clay jars. This is the first step. They require like that. I'm also gonna put a standing order on that, like that. And then once we have that, we can make clay jars, which requires salt. So I might as well just put a standing order on that now. It hasn't shown up, so that means I need to go to encyclopedia. Where is it? Clay jar. It's in tools. That's why. Tools. Clay jar. Gonna, yeah. Like that, something like that. I mean, I'm gonna increase it later. I just want a little control. So. Now I made a small mistake about this when I placed the items here, my goods, in this port. I made a mistake where I accidentally placed it in the stockpile area, and this means that it will actually not show up here available for trade. It will say we're not offering anything for trade, and that's simply because it was placed in the stockpile area instead of the trade area. So I'm just gonna go in here and prohibit those again, like that, and then go here correctly and set it on trade. Whipjaw rawhide and thunder chicken rawhide, and then our clay, the clay jars will show up once we have the clay jars fired. Then they will show up here, and then we can place those there as well. So like that, and so they will then move it to the correct area. Used capacity 4%. That's in the stockpile area, and this one is 0%. Now you can see they should be shuffling it to the right area. I think so. If we go in here and have a look and see thunder chicken rawhide, yes, they are slowly placing it there. So they'll do that little by little, get it in the right area and where it's supposed to be. And meanwhile, I'm just thinking about the next step. I mean, I'm going to produce a huge amount of these clay jars, and then I will yeah, sell them and earn a lot of money, and then see where that will take me. Get some more people in, of course. If we can get some higher people with higher principles, then we can move up to basic comfort. Right now they're not interested, most of them, because they have more of a survival mentality. But if we could just get 1 or 2 people with higher principles in comfort, that means that we can start building the clay huts, which we currently don't have access to. So that could be, yeah, currently it's only these survival type houses that they're interested in. You can see that the next step requires tier 2, so that might be a way to go. And I think I'm going to stop now, because I might play on with this later, but I just need to get back to work soon. So it was nice talking to you, and I hope I'm gonna meet you in the forum or here in the YouTube comments. Bye bye.